What is up, everybody? I'm back with another video. Today, we are on kind of a tight schedule, so I'm on my way to the gym right now. It is 6:30 a.m. I have to be back home, well, by 9 o'clock-ish, because we have to take this truck in today for a recall at the Chevrolet dealership. They sent me a notice in the mail. Here, I'll show it to you guys. Chevrolet is notorious and very known for doing fucking recalls all the time. But anyway, it just says something about there being an issue with the fuel injector on these trucks. I don't know how long it's gonna be there. I don't know if it's gonna be a big deal or not, but this truck has had symptoms of what they told me. They said that check engine lights come on, that the truck, well, obviously has a failing injector, so has a misfire, and that has happened when we've been driving before, where the truck just gets super weak and the check engine light comes on. So I gave them a call, and it turns out this truck has another recall. So they have another recall for the brakes. It's apparently the brake booster. After some odd miles, it starts to get weak, and you have to put in more effort than you should. I know I promised yesterday that we were gonna go ahead and work on the LS motor. We will. I got my Holley Sniper fuel rails that I gotta put on there. I checked on it this morning and it looks super good. It's dry and the paint was distributed evenly, and it looks brand new. It looks like I sanded it already. So we're gonna be installing that today, and hopefully we might be able to get around to installing the accessories. I'm not sure yet, as like I said, we are kind of crunched for time today. Yeah, so like I said, we're on our way to the gym right now, and yeah, we'll get on with the video.
Yo no soy mono de alambre, que cuerda le pueda andar. Yo no soy Juan Colorado.
Some cool cars at the gym today.
Two hours later.
Alright guys, so I'm done with the gym. I'm on my way home, same routine as yesterday. Gonna go home, wash up, have a meal, and then shoot out to the dealership because I gotta get this thing in by, I don't remember if it's 10 or 10:30. So I'm just gonna show up at 10 and then see what they tell me. I wish I could record in the gym, but for whatever reason, they don't let you record in Planet Fitness. Kind of weird, but they're like super strict about that. Honestly, Planet Fitness is kind of just a weird gym in general. They don't let you wear tank tops. They don't let you breathe so loud. They don't let you like drop the weights. They don't let you like groan, like, and if you're like too big, I guess that, and people feel intimidated, they kick you out. So it's just kind of a weird gym in general, but I get a pretty big discount there, so fuck it, you know, I'll put up with it. But yeah, like I said, on my way home, gonna wash up and then shoot out to the dealership. We have arrived. American Chevrolet in Modesto. Bunch of cool stuff going on all the time. Alright guys, so this is what the finished product is looking like. Honestly, it came out really clean. I'm super happy with it. This thing looks brand new. But today we're going to be putting in these Holley Sniper EFI fuel rails. I don't know if you guys can see them, but yeah, what you get when you buy the kit is you get obviously both your fuel rails, and then you get this line right here. This is what connects the two of them together. The only thing that I don't like is that it's silver, so it's a steel braided line, good quality line, but I wish this thing would have been black to match the fuel rails. You get all your mounting hardware, so there's brackets in here to mount this onto the intake, and all your fittings. So it comes with the plug as well, for which is
I'm going to be using, since I'm going with a returnless style fuel setup. What that means is that whenever I have these set up, there's only going to be one fuel line running to them. So you guys will see once I start putting it together how it's going to look, but there's only going to be one fuel line, and that is a fuel feed line that is running to these, and that's it. There isn't going to be a fuel return back to the fuel tank, at least not from the fuel rails. The fuel return will be on the regulator, which, like I said in the last video, I can mount anywhere. So the regulator is this piece right here, and this is what a stock fuel rail setup looks like. So this would have gone on top of the intake like this, maybe backwards, but you get the idea. It would go on top of the intake like that, and then you'd have all these injectors in here, and that's it. That's what it looks like. To me, this looks ugly, and this is kind of outdated. So I went with a Holley fuel rail system, more for looks mainly. You don't really need these. People preach that you need these for performance. You don't. I mean, obviously you do to some degree of horsepower, but for what I'm going with, you don't really need these. You would be just fine with something stock like that. But I got these just because they're going to clean up the engine bay. They're going to make everything look real nice. And then, like I said, then I can run a returnless style fuel line, and it's going to look super, super clean. So we're going to start taking these out of the bags. I'm just going to rip them apart, and then lay everything out on the table once more and see what we need, what we don't need. This is my first time doing one of these. I've done my research, so I kind of have an idea of how these will go. But yeah, I've never done one of these before, so we're going to be kind of learning as we go. But the good thing about Holley is that they powder coated everything, and it's super good quality. I can already tell through the plastic. This stuff looks really clean, really good. So this is the first one, all powder coated black. It's powder coated all the way through. They didn't take any shortcuts. Looks super clean in there. But yeah, Holley Sniper EFI, looking super, super clean. And these are your holes for your mounting hardware. This will mount on the side of the intake manifold like this. Okay, there's one. Let's get the other one out. When you're opening these up, you want to make sure that you don't lose any of these, because this is all your mounting hardware for the fuel rails. So be very careful not to lose any of these. But if you guys want a set of these fuel rails for yourself, they can be used with any LS application. I believe they fit the truck intake manifolds as well. I will leave a link down in the description below so you guys can go and purchase a set for yourself. So these are what the fittings look like. These will ultimately end up going on the outside of the fuel rail, and this is where you would connect your fuel line to. So these are good quality AN style fittings for when you run like a -6 or a -8 or sometimes even -10 fuel line to your fuel rails. Plug that I'm talking about. This is going to be used to plug up one side of the fuel rails, because we won't be running a return line from the fuel rails. What's nice is that they come with their own set of O-rings, so you don't have to worry about leaks or anything like that. Some of the eBay fuel rails won't come with these, but yeah, these are a good set of rubber O-rings to avoid leaking. You don't want fuel leaking everywhere in your engine bay, because then that can cause fires. But these are my stock injectors. These were held on to the fuel rail. You just go in there like that, and then you put this clip through the top of it like this, so, and then that would kind of lock it in place. So these were a little bit of a pain to take out because they are sealed. These O-rings, whenever I was pulling them out, some of these O-rings would stay out and they would stay in here, but all you gotta do is just get in there with a set of pliers and pull it out. Be very sure not to damage these O-rings, as these are the main thing that's gonna stop leaking. So, like I said, this is a very clean set of injectors. Actually, they're in really good shape. But yeah, let's get this out of the way since we won't be needing this anymore. Okay, and now I need to figure out what side goes to which. So whenever you have fuel rolls like this, as you can see, once right now they're both facing the same direction because I have both the logos facing up, but ultimately it's like a driver's side, passenger side, so you'd want it like this. And one direction faces that way, the other direction faces that way, and that is accordance to stuff right here on your intake manifold. So some injectors will be facing this way like this, and on the opposite side they will be facing this way. So I need to determine which side is which. This side looks like it's going to be this side, and this looks like it's going to be that side. So let me go ahead and get my injectors in here. Okay, so I got the injectors onto the fuel rails. These were just a press in kind of thing. They do fight with you a little bit, obviously, because you have those rubber O-rings, and that's good because then that means that they're sealed. You won't have any leaking, but this is ultimately what the fuel rails is going to look like once you have all your injectors in. There is no need for the old clips anymore, so those can go in the trash with the old fuel rails. But yeah, this is what they're looking like now. So now I'm going to go ahead and mount them onto the intake manifold off camera, and then I will explain later how it is that you do it. Alright guys, so I got it all together. This is what the finished product looks like. So as you can see, this is the fuel rail. This is my plug. This is what I'm talking about. So if you weren't going to run a returnless style fuel setup, you would put this here, and this would be your return line. So this would go back to the motor, or to the fuel tank, sorry. So what I mean by returnless style fuel is this. So this is your stock fuel rail with your stock injectors. This is what normally would have gone right here, like so. And this is your regulator. So this is your fuel feed line. Your fuel comes in, boom, 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 to the injectors, crosses over to the other side, but before it does so, this is the regulator. This, if there's any excess fuel, extra fuel coming in to the fuel rail, this takes it and sends it back out. And what this does is it sends it back out to your fuel tank. So all the extra fuel that you don't need to use over here goes back into your fuel tank. This is the regulator. This is what I'm talking about getting rid of. And this is ugly and dirty, so I decided to go ahead and go with this. So what this will do is that it plugs off the return side of the fuel rails, because I'm not going to be running a return. And what it does is the regulator would be mounted somewhere over here, just somewhere randomly on the truck. Well, not randomly, but just somewhere along the truck, right? So the way it works is that it's gonna go fuel tank, fuel pump, regulator, well, fuel pump / regulator, and then into my fuel rails. So this eliminates the need for a return line, at least not here. There will be a return line on the regulator, but it will be back on the truck somewhere hidden. But it eliminates the need for a fuel return on the intake manifold like you would with a stock one. So that's why I ended up going with this, and it looks super clean, super good. The only thing that I don't like, which I might change in the future, is this crossover line right here. So since this is a universal kit and it will fit truck intake manifold, those are a little bit taller. Holley leaves this a little bit long. And what that does is that it makes it, well, it's this huge giant like bridge over the intake manifold. So what I'm gonna do is, you can open these up, pull the line out, and then trim it, and then put it back in, put it back together, and then the line will be hugged to the intake manifold nice and tight. So these will be face down and they will be like this, and it'll be nice and tight to the intake manifold instead of having this big old giant bridge over the intake manifold like so. But overall, I'm very happy with how this turned out. I'm going to slap it on the motor and then see what it looks like on the motor. The good thing about these is that Holley provided literally everything. So they have mounting hardware and they have brand new bolts that get rid of. So these are the stock ones, covered in paint. But yeah, the stock ones have this little extra stud for you to mount your wiring harness onto, the stock wiring harness. Holley understands that people that are going to be using these are most likely going to be using an aftermarket harness or want a cleaner engine bay. So they provide you with different hardware. These are just regular like studs or bolts, sorry, without the stud, so that it kind of cleans it up and it looks a lot better. I will say it looks a lot better. But yeah, I'm gonna get this mounted up onto the motor, and then we will see what it looks like as a finished product on the motor. Okay guys, so I did run into an issue, I guess. These studs and these washers will not clear, so let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay. See, as you can see, they're rubbing up against the fuel rail. They won't go in all the way. So I'm gonna have to remove the fuel rail, put these in first, and then put the fuel rail back on. But these are the hardware that I was talking about. These are brand new. These look super clean, but that looks really good on the engine, honestly. That looks really good. So I'm gonna get this off and then get it fixed, and then we'll be back. Alright guys, this is the final look of the intake manifold. It looks super clean. It looks way better than I thought it was gonna look. I'll throw up a little before and after on screen right now, but this thing looks way better than it used to. It used to be super dirty, super nasty, but now it's super clean. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to smash that like button, as that would help out my channel out a lot. We got the intake manifold installed. Up next, we got to be installing our accessories, and I began to do that, but I forgot to order a spacer kit, which is honestly kind of stupid of me. But yeah, apparently for the different LS, whether you have a Corvette, CTSV, a truck, or whatever different kind of LS blocks, they require different spacers for belt alignment. So that's what we're going to be doing next. I have a Holley 20-132 accessory drive kit, so it moves everything up on top of the motor, so that way we can run AC and everything and have no issues with hitting with the cross member. But you guys will see that in the next video, hopefully. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.